Hello, everyone. I see we've got the participants numbers climbing up steady. That's great. We're just going to give people a couple of minutes to join. We opened it a minute or two early. So just hang tight. Bear with us.
Happy Friday, everyone. Talking to you from Chicago, where it's 94 degrees and about 110% humidity.
It's been really humid in Toronto too. It's like so brutal.
Well, soon we'll be begging for it as the leaves fall and it gets cold.
We have our first question.
Oh, good.
Well, I
can't see it, so you gotta tell me.
Yeah, no, it's just will this be recorded? Yeah, we're gonna record this session, and we'll make sure to share it out afterwards.
I like when we start with the softball question. That's great.
Yeah, me too. It wasn't challenging.
What are we up to, Brian?
Yeah, we're still climbing. People are still joining. We've got about a third of the people registered are on the call, which is great.
That's another 90 seconds or so.
90 seconds. You heard it, everyone. The boss says we go in 90 seconds.
Yeah. Canadian seconds, though, so it's really only 60 American seconds.
Yeah, we got that discount. Never works out with books. I don't know if you ever do that. If you ever look at on the back of a book and they do the Canadian price and the US price, the Canadian price is never just the US price in Canadian dollars.
No, they protect themselves. All right, snooze you lose.
Okay, so welcome everyone. We are going to get started. This is hopefully a very fun one, very interesting one. We're calling this Grab the Wheel and Drive, putting our brand partners in control for their reporting. We're going to be going over some really, really cool stuff. Let's kick it off. So I'm your host, Brian Gallucci. With me, as always, is Brian Gillis, who has the great title of Director, CPG Insights at Instacart. He's been working and talking about data for a noticeable fraction of a century. And he has been working, him and his team, on building what I like to call an automated Brian Gillis, which is what we're going to talk about today. Brian, hello.
Thanks. That's like enough of that. I want to get off. I don't want to look at my face anymore. So thanks again, everyone. Hopefully this will take about a half an hour. We're going to talk to you today about a tool to access all these wonderful things that we want to do with you. But just a reminder, we're trying to build a portal, a terminal, a toolkit for you to do all of your Instacart performance analysis on your own. So that is going to start with operational metrics. And today we're going to talk about sales and share. We have every intention of launching loyalty metrics, basket affinities, and even availability data within this portal over the next few quarters. And reminder that all that data is available, all that insight is available because of the nature of our data set. 600 retail partners, 55,000 stores, millions of receipts over time. So they're T-log receipts that we can track to customers. It allows us to measure longitudinally how consumers are shopping online. And then, of course, we have like the biggest panel on the industry by an order of magnitude with millions and millions of households. So all that is possible from that. Today, we're going to talk about the launch of the Customer Insights portal, which is where you can go to start learning all this stuff. So looking back a little bit, for those of you who worked with us before, we launched in July of last year something called ISIP, the Instacart Customer Insights platform. And we uploaded many, many reports into Ads Manager where you could look at things like distribution, assortment, share, sales decomposition, out of stock information. All that was at a fairly high level. We're very proud of that. And we got to a point where we could upload those in 4 or 5 days past the close of the month. We all know that those were static. You couldn't change time periods. The PDS got cut off. Could be a very frustrating experience. And we complemented that, however, though, with a really strong insights team that for a lot of our partners, we could have a conversation together and deliver ad hoc insights, QBRs, EBRs, et cetera, deep dives. Well, we want to put that power back in your hands. So what we're introducing now is the Customer Insights portal, which will be our home, our new home that we've built for you. And this is where you will go to learn all things Instacart, how a consumer shops online, how they use even things like search or buy it again to put stuff into their cart, basket affinities. We're going to put in out of stock information, and all of it will be here under this Customer Insights tab within Ads Manager. So we are launching this Wednesday of next week, and we're going to walk you through today the 3 tabs: Customer Insights, Uploaded Reports, Saved Reports, Sales and Share. But again, this is our home, and we will add rooms in this home for more advanced analytics as we go every quarter. Brian, are there any questions, or can I kind of continue and plow through here?
Yeah, no, let's keep going.
Okay. So we're very proud of this portal that we're launching. The benefits of this are many, but I'm focusing on 6 that I want everyone to remember. One is this is now one source of the truth that is very up-to-date data. So we do update the data every night. Now, in most cases, we're releasing that data on a 72-hour lag. So we want to be the fastest place in the industry where you can come learn about your shopper and your performance. And we're getting really, really close. One source of the truth means that everything is in a Nielsen syndicated hierarchy, and it will match everything that we do internally. So as you talk to your sales partner, you will be on the same page. And you no longer have to like debate this date, this definition, that definition, one source of the truth. As I said, it's a common language. We worked very hard with both IRI and Nielsen to produce a syndicated standard hierarchy so that your views on the share of ice cream will match your views on the share of ice cream in brick and mortar. And then you can understand your performance in both. The biggest thing for me is direct access. You don't have to wait for us anymore. This will be live for you, and you can go do your own homework, set up your own reports, access it anytime, day or night. You don't have to wait for someone like me or an insight manager to deliver anything to you. It's very fast. We've worked really hard on the data tables to make sure that things are returned with basically 0 latency, and you'll see that in the demo. Very proud that it's dynamic, so you are in control. You want to look at a subcategory or a category. You want to look at Thanksgiving week or Super Bowl week. You want to change the order of the columns. That is all now up to you. So we're switching from delivering about 3,600 reports a month to infinite amount of reports because the control now is in your hands. And it's repeatable. This wasn't easy, but now we've launched a save report functionality. So as you set up your report, how you want to see it, it's completely repeatable. And you can just come in next Monday, next month, and it will still be there. And all you have to do is change perhaps a date or so. Okay. So let's get to it. I got to actually exit this and go to my little presentation here. Okay. Brian, are we seeing the right thing? Just let me know.
Yep. Yeah, no, we're in the sales and share view right now.
Okay. So those of you who have, invested any money in Instacart in terms of ads or come to our Instacart for ISIP reporting or campaign reporting, know Ads Manager really, really well. In Ads Manager now, there is a Customer Insights tab, and this will be our home for the next few years. Within Customer Insights, we have uploaded reports, saved reports, and sales and share. And as I said before, you'll see more suites of reports come in here over the months. Uploaded reports are where ISIP reports still live, and they're still there. We're not getting rid of them. In fact, we're improving them and making them easier to use for you. Saved reports is pretty obvious. I'll walk you through that. Today, I'm going to walk you through the sales and share portal within Customer Insights and how you can use it to get at insights in your business. So here we have a mass company. So all the data is live. Everything I show you should be as fast for a small one-brand company or for a big multi-brand company like Procter & Gamble. So as you look at this, just keep in mind that the latency is really, really close to 0. This is this one company. It's a 3-division company, all of their data in one page. Now that's not super usable, right? And we'll get to how you can navigate that in a second. But you can see here we've got report date, brand, category, sales last year, and then sales percent change. Note that all percent changes in this platform are versus last year, not versus last month. And ta-da, we have launched market share. So we're going to be very, very open with market share, and it's a really important factor as you invest in Instacart ads and track your business on how people shop online. We have functionality here. You can export, you can save a report, and I'll walk you through all these kind of tabs over the next few minutes. You can see right now, this is all the data. It happens to be organized in descending order on sales, but you can rank any of this stuff if you like. This just makes sense for this particular view. So this is what we would call a landing page. From here, you can see that we have date functionality. We can break it down monthly or weekly. And if we go to weekly, you can see that there is in this platform ready to go 2 full years of data. So you can do all sorts of year-over-year analytics for yourself, right? Let's just go back to monthly for now. Okay, and we're going to make sure that we're looking at January to July. So let's just take a look at this year-to-date so far. Cool. And that's how fast it is. So now we still got this whole company here. We probably need to change things up a little bit to make this report usable. So we're going to break this down. And by that, I mean, we're going to click on the Edit Breakdown tab. Now, this is probably people's first thing to do when you enter the portal, is select Reporting Level 2, maybe Department and Super Category. Talk about 2 things here. First of all, Reporting Level 2 for us is how we separate divisions of very big companies. So obviously, like Procter & Gamble, Nestle, General Mills, et cetera, they have many, many divisions. This is an easy way to focus on like one division, maybe the meals unit, the beverages unit, et cetera. And it's a good idea as you go into this for the first time to make sure that we're reporting your level 2 accurately. And if not, contact us and we'll make sure it gets fixed. You also see here the hierarchy: brand, department, super category, category, and subcategory. And these, as I said before, follow the syndicated Nielsen hierarchy. And so you should be able to compare your performance on our marketplace versus your performance in brick and mortar and see where you're growing or where there's opportunities. Okay, let's just see how fast this is. Great. Okay, so now we've got how I want it to look. Still not quite there. I'm going to add a filter to just focus on this one division of this major company, level 2B. And I'm going to focus on the department. It's my favorite department because it happens to be Friday, alcohol. Great. Now I have a month-by-month, year-to-date, quick snapshot of my performance in the cocktail mixer category. And I have sales last year, percent change, and market share. Right. So this is actually a pretty cool report. I think I'm going to export it. So just to show you how fast this is.
Right. I wonder if we can pause just for there's a couple of questions.
Yeah.
That's just related to this. So one, there was a question about with the date range, will there be a annual or 52-week view?
Excellent question. So after this, I'm going to show you what you're going to get access to starting next Wednesday and all the features enhancements we're doing for the rest of the year. The answer to that question is yes. We have a timeline for year to date and 52 weeks. Any other questions so far?
A lot of people are very curious about the open access period and the tiering and stuff, but I think we'll address that at the end of the presentation.
For sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's keep going.
All right. So I exported, while we were talking, that I exported to Excel, and you all know how to make an Excel graph, so I'm not going to do that. But also like this report because I want to come back next Monday and just have it stable. So I'm going to save the report. I'm just going to call it, I don't know, what's a good name? Ryan's monthly. Okay, and I can exit. Let's just go check out my feature product campaign, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Come back here and my saved reports, Ryan's monthly snapshot is right there, super fast. I can now change it to a different department, a different division, and it stays stable. So you don't have to do any work. Once you get this set up, you can just run it, again and again and again. All right, now let's just do a little more featurality, as I call it. So that was fun. That was monthly, but I know everyone is very excited about the fact that we can go weekly. So let's just see how fast it goes if I switch to a weekly view all the way to the beginning of this year. Great. Now I have week by week. Let's sort it correctly. So I have week by week up to last week, because remember, we're not through this week yet, up to last week. And by the way, these all start Monday to Sunday. So I have up-to-date information up to last week, every week of the year for this category, for this department, sales versus last year, percent change in market share. And I could save that report. I could save it as a weekly report. Any questions so far?
There was another question about the categories chair and whether that changes as you.
Whoever asked that, I owe a donut.
It was Colin.
That was actually my next question. So the way share works here, we're very proud to give you dynamic share. So I coined that word, by the way. The market share defaults to your lowest level of the hierarchy that got picked. So right now, this market share is for cocktail mixers. If you change it, it will go to super category or to department, which isn't super relevant, or as you see in a minute, it will go to subcategory. So the market share is smart. It knows the lowest level of the hierarchy that you picked, and it will stabilize on that lowest level. Okay, that was literally my next topic. That was impressive. All right, so let's go then. Let's go to a month. Let's go back to month because it's simpler to look at it on one page. We'll go to just the year to date. Awesome. I still like this one, but it's not quite detailed enough for me. I want to actually go and I want to add subcategory. Great. Now I've got all the subcategories: mojito, daiquiri, margarita mixers, etc. But I'm really passionate about one. I want to learn about, and I wanted to show you this functionality because sometimes companies have lots of categories and it's exhausting to search. So you just go in here and you type in, whatever you want. And now I can look at the pina colada mixer subcategory. Personally, I don't like pina coladas, they're too sweet. But now I've got my year-to-date monthly report on pina colada mixers. Sales was last year, % change in market share. I like that. I can save it, export it, do whatever I like. All right. And again, the share changed. So now we're just looking at the share to pina colada mixers. Now, there's other things we can look at here if we want. We can go to weekly, which you saw before, or just to show you how fast that is. We can go all the way back, whatever. You get the point. Great. You can easily go back to monthly just for the purposes of this demonstration. And let's just stick with 1 month. Okay. Now we just got 1 month, the month of July for alcohol pina colada mixers, but I want to find out what's going on in the channels. So now I can see my performance last month in total grocery at Instacart and all the other channels combined. Now, as a reminder, we're bound by our retailer agreements in terms of transparency. So we can't publish like the club channel, discount channel, drug channel at this time because 1 or 2 of those clients just are too big within them. So you're getting right now from us total platform, grocery, and other. But at least it allows you to understand whether those are differential performances. So I didn't learn a lot from that, but I could definitely send it to my boss, and I can also trend that over time. But what I can do here is I can switch from channel, and I can go to region. Right. So now I have for the month of July, all of the regions that Instacart has, 9 regions, sales last year, % change in market share. And okay, that's pretty cool. One other feature that we have for you ready to go next Wednesday is the metrics. So if you don't like what we publish there as automatic, you can select them all. That's kind of a cluttered view. So actually all I really want is probably sales. I don't need total units. I get rid of sales last year because I have % change. I get rid of units. This is probably more what you're going to get into because here you can see whether something's inflationary, deflationary. I still get my sales and I get my market share all in one. And again, I can save that report. I can exit to Excel, whatever you leave. When I come back next day, next month, next week, this will be there. You can save in saved reports, as many reports as you like, and they will still be there for you. Let's go back to the monthly summary by region. Okay, so the tool is stable. It's in a hierarchy we're all familiar with. It is pretty close to 0 latency. I've played with this a lot, and yes, there could be a query that you submit that may take 3, 4, 5 seconds, but I think that's the most I've seen so far. It is now savable, so you can save your views as you want them. One good thing about this as you work with my insights team is we can see each other's saves. So you can send the saved report to an insight manager and ask them a question, and you can make sure that you're on the exact same page and vice versa, right? And the biggest thing is that you are in control. So I just set up this really quick kind of, blinded account. I'm talking about pina colada mixers. You can do whatever you like. To be very clear, if you want to go and analyze, last Thanksgiving, you can do that. You want to go analyze in a couple months, just Super Bowl weekend, you can do that. And you can set up these reports as you want them. So you are now in charge of your analytical drill path, and we are ready to launch. This is live today. Great. Any questions before I go back to the rollout plan?
We've got a couple. One around downloading the data or queried reports into a data visualization tool like Power BI.
Cool. So at the moment, our export functionality goes to any of the Excel versions, Excel, numbers, sheets, etc. We're not ready for that yet. What we are launching, as you'll see in another slide or two, is we do have data visualization capabilities coming, but we didn't want to wait for that to launch. We'd rather put the tools in your hands right now. So at the moment, your capabilities to export into Excel.
We have a couple of feature requests, I think. Can we add state moving forwards in addition to region? And
excellent question.
How about filtering for data to determine new to brand customers within a specific time frame?
Oh, all right, now that's advanced. So yeah. The first one is we will release geographic information as we're able to, back to some of our retailer agreements would prohibit launching in certain DMAs, zip codes, or states. But we don't want to hide anything, we want to be as transparent as possible. So as that becomes possible for us, we will launch more geographic granularity. And then the next question is very complicated. So whoever asked that, I would say that that's another room in our house, to stretch my metaphor too far. So we're looking at today's sales and share, which is sort of like operational metrics. The one you're looking at is complicated. We're probably going to do that in Q2 or Q3 of next year.
Awesome.
Okay, Brian. Let me go through the path of features today and tomorrow. So at launch, which is Wednesday, you will get, as you saw in my little demo, all the things on the left: sales, units, monthly, weekly data, growth, share. Share is dynamic at department, supercategory, category, subcategory. You will get channel breakdowns, geographic breakdowns, all the custom reporting, saving reporting functionality, and exporting to Excel, ready to go. In October, mid to late October, we're adding daily and UPC granularity. As I said before, we're adding year-to-date time selection. Not sure if we're adding 52 weeks, but we probably will. And then the thing that I'm most proud of is scheduled reports. So all that work that you did to set up that kind of weekly alcohol view, and then you can just schedule it. Just make it ready, save it automatically every Monday for me. So that's coming as well. And then in November, probably post-Thanksgiving, we're starting to put other rooms in our house. So we're going to add a room around basket and household penetration. We're going to add a room which is a bulletin board for all communication, training videos, alerts, maybe even best practices or winners. And we're launching data viz capabilities. We're going to probably start with just simple line graphs so that you can identify trends over time and how your investments are affecting your performance. And of course, much more next year, but I don't want to give away. I want you to come into my next presentation, but we're working on adding even more rooms to that house as we go. All right, we're doing okay on time. So here's the plan. You saw it first from me today. On Monday, Tuesday, the sales team is sending out materials that explain this in more detail versus a quick 20-minute webinar. Open access, what I would call a beta version, is starting Wednesday. If you are currently an ISIP client that gets ISIP reports within Ads Manager, you don't have to do anything. This tab will just be live for you, and you can start using it if you don't need training. And then a week from next Wednesday, we are starting weekly webinars, open webinars for anyone to come to, whether you're a current ISIP client or not, to learn how to use the tool. And then that first wave of beta access sort of shuts down and full access begins. So anyone who's like a current Ads Manager client is investing in our ad vehicles at a rate of over 1%. Will have access as of September 13th. But you have to work with your salesperson just to find out exactly what day you'll get access. I'll explain that. And our training will go through to the end of the month. And then as people are, intuiting, our open access to this tool will start to shut down in mid-October, and we'll shift to a tiered access. And I'll explain that here. So we want to be as democratic as possible, but we also realize that some of this stuff is very valuable information, so we're tiering it for our partners. So I won't explain every cell here, but basically the philosophy works is if you are under 1% spending net investment divided by total sales on our platform, we are not going to give access to this platform. Anything over 1% is like a tier 4, and you can see what you're going to get in any given view. Tier 3 is a good example. Once you spend 5% at Instacart, you're going to get brand and UPC granularity, monthly and weekly access. Well, your access is on demand, but your data is in monthly and weekly buckets. And you get that all-important category share access. And you get all the regional, geographic, and channel breakdowns. And then as you go up, you can see you can get either daily or that interesting subcategory access. So that's how we've decided to launch it. What will happen is if you lose access, you'll click on the drop-down menu and it'll just be grayed out. And you can work with your sales team to understand how to get access back. So that tiered access will start in mid to late October. So you've got almost 2 months to play with the data as it is today and full open access. So just to repeat, if you're looking for like, what do I do now? If you are an ISIP partner, and you will know that by if you go into Ads Manager and you go into Uploaded, whether there are insightful reports there for you. If you are one of those clients, of which we have about 600, you don't have to do anything. Starting next Wednesday, this will be live in Ads Manager. Any new brand that has been spending over 1%, really it's about contacting your sales lead or sign up through ads.instacart.com. And there may be a little bit of a process in terms of email or whatever, just to get started, but they can walk you through that. And this is a matter of days, not weeks. So we expect to have about 1,200 or 1,300 partners up by about September 20th. And that's it, Brian. Can I exit this so I can at least look you in the face?
Sure, if you want to see my face. There we go.
So happy to answer any questions in our remaining time. But yeah, so if you're a current ISIP client, check it out next Wednesday and start playing with it. And then training begins on September 8th.
Yeah, we have a few questions, and let's start with, could you define the market share metric? Some were asking whether it's Instacart share or just sort of, clarification on what it means.
It's your share on our platform. So clearly we don't have, well, we get some, but we don't have access or rights or interest in brick and mortar data. It is your share of your category on our platform.
We also had a question on if there are any plans to add customer search intelligence or data reports.
In the works. Look for something like that more in the new year or the first half. API, I've seen that a few times. Let me answer that. So we are working on launching an API capability for tier 1 partners in the new year. If you're interested in that, work with your sales team. This will not impact this. If you do get an API from us, not only will you get the feed's the wrong word, access to super granular real-time information, you'll still have access to this as well, in terms of share, saved reports, and all the other rooms we're going to launch in our house.
Another question slash suggestion. Would be great to have a calculator tool on your site to determine how much spend is needed to access each tier. I suspect their salesperson could help them with that.
Yeah, work with sales, but I love that idea. We're not trying to be punitive or pedantic. And by the way, I saw a question how we calculate it. Right now, we calculate it on the trailing quarter investment over sales and the max of that quarter or your whole year. But work with sales. If you want to lean in and get access to this information as soon as possible, there's always a way in terms of LOIs, forward investment, and sort. We don't want to hide it. So work with your sales team. Any other main ones or common topics, Brian?
I think those are I think we've addressed the recurring ones. Okay,
cool. Last thing I'll add is the saved reporting right now is infinite. Don't worry about saving too many. I'm really looking forward to the feedback as we launch this next week, knowing that this is kind of a beta access, open access version. And I'm very much looking forward to launching all the new granularity, daily, UPC, year-to-date, scheduled reports. We will exit this year with what we hope is a primary place for you to learn about how your consumers are shopping online for groceries and how your investment is affecting your performance on Instacart. Cool. And then our next topic, maybe in a month, I might do an update, Brian, on this, but I'd like to talk about lapsed user report and how we can work together to make sure all those hard acquired customers stay with your brand.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. I look forward to it. A little plug as well. When you leave the webinar, you should be prompted to answer a survey question. It's just one question, and it just helps us understand if we're giving you the information that you want to hear. So take the time, please.
All right. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye all.